I'm Allison with Flick Direct, and I'm with Robert, Rosa, and John, and we're talking about Alita, Battle Angel. Hello, how are you?
Great, how are you doing?
Rosa, I'm going to start with you.
Great. Age before beauty.
Absolutely. Joking. She's such a complex character. So tell me, how did you prepare as an actress for both the physical, the mental, and the emotional transformation that she takes?
Well, I'm a woman,
Yeah.
so half the battle done.
Been there, done that.
As you know, anyone who makes it from girlhood to womanhood deserves a big pat on the back.
We just have a badge of honor.
We
Right?
we do. But all jokes aside, the physical training was 5 months of back-breaking labor. I did 2.5, 3 hours almost every day, a mixture of martial arts. And you know, some days you go into training and you're doing great and you feel your progress and your body's getting stronger. And then other days you go in and you're absolute garbage and you're just smacked in the face with your limitations and you're just like, I'll never do, you know, because I didn't want to look good on screen. I wanted to be great on screen. Right. So it was on those days, those hard days where I'm like sobbing, pounding the mat, where I really made the most progress.
I feel like you identified with her.
Yeah, I identified with her. I kept going, and it's that kind of determination that became the linchpin in creating who Alita was inside. Obviously, spending a lot of time with the intellectual property, Yukito Kishiro's work. I read all of Gundam, the first series, and all of Last Order, even though I didn't have to, just to spend time in that world, spend time with her, get a sense of who she really is. That was really, really an important part of Alita.
And Robert, being a fan of his work, how did you feel taking on this daunting task of bringing it to the big screen?
Well, it was so exciting to get to work with Jim finally. I've known him over 20 years, and we'd always talked about doing a project together, and that it was this one that I was always interested in whenever I heard his name associated with it. And especially after I read his script, he'd already cracked the code on how he would tell the story. And he had already come up with some of the visual ideas, like the large manga eyes and doing that photoreal. So having him as a partner and having him entrust me to go and make it, because he was going to be busy with his avatars, but always available to answer questions and be a great mentor, made it much more comfortable than me just going off on my own. And John that is there, he knows him so well too. He could always speak, you know, on behalf of Jim as far as, you know, which way to go if there was ever a question.
And John, because it was such rich source material, how did you know what elements to bring in and what to leave out?
Well, you know, Jim was really the one who cracked what to bring in and what to leave out. Jim identified this as something he wanted to direct. So he spoke to Kishiro-san, Yukito Kishiro, who wrote the graphic novels, and promised to him that we were going to hold true to his world. We weren't going to make the Hollywoodized version of it. Okay. And Jim culled down and said, really, he's going to pick the origin story from the first 3 mangas and a little bit more from the 4th, where Motorball comes into play, because he thought that just added such a big cinematic element. But at the core of it was that story of innocence, taking the mantle and taking control of her own destiny.
All right, I want to talk about Motorball. So for me, it's a cross between extreme roller derby and Quidditch. Your thoughts?
MMA,
Okay.
Yeah.
MMA meets WWF and NASCAR on steroids.
All right, I got it. Yeah.
Demolition Derby also.
All right. Those scenes were terrific, by the way. Thank you so much. How was it filming those scenes? Because they must have been really daunting for you.
Yeah, it was a difficult sequence. It was the one that I think spent the longest on, because when I read the script, Jim's writing is so clear, you can really follow the action. And it was such an exciting scene. But when you get in there to film, you can really lose an audience. They can really lose track of where they are. There's so many characters on the screen, and you don't want to lose the drama or being here and lose what she's going through. You don't want to just watch. If you've ever seen a NASCAR race, they're kind of boring. You're watching the cars go around. So I started drawing that sequence in 2015. I started drawing it out to plan the shots, and I only saw the finished version a couple weeks ago, so it took a long time.
Well, it worked, and it's fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.